Winning is our business, and business is yours. Get that camera off my face.
Kay Cassiano here, standing just minutes from stepping into the ring right here with Kevin Cantrell. Kevin, things got a little heated earlier here with Joe Black. How are you feeling stepping into the ring?
You know, the build up to this match, all I've heard is how I need to step up to Joe Black's standards. But what I think is he's failed to realize is this is game 6 in Chicago, and 23 is walking on the court. This is Madison Square Garden, and Bruno Sammartino is standing in the ring. This is between the hedges in Athens, Georgia, and the fans are all wearing black. And it's Sunday night. And Cantrell is going to prove everyone will know. All my enemies, all my friends, Cantrell rules. You have a good one.
Well, we'll see you in the ring, Kevin, and we'll find out if Kevin Cantrell indeed rules.
Welcome to another edition of Kraken TV. This is Donnie and the Duke, and tonight it is all about two men. Kevin Cantrell is going to be going one-on-one with the debuting Joe Black.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Mr. Joe Black, you are in for something special. I know that Cantrell has been the breakout star of Kraken this year, but Joe Black is just a monster of a beast.
A monster of a beast indeed. But before we get to that match, Duke, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to our cameras and see what it was that they caught up with earlier today.
I've seen what you can do. With the help of the Serpent Ninja Academy, we could get you back to your glory days. Your glory days where you were brutal. You showed no mercy. You took out any and everybody in your path to establish, to dominate, to accomplish whatever goals that you had in mind. With our combined strength, we can take over Kraken Pro Wrestling. What do you think about that?
Tell you what, I definitely give it some strong consideration.
Strong consideration?
Definitely.
I feel that. I feel that. Just remember how we never teamed, but in that gauntlet, we could have did something. There was something there. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Wait. I sense something. It feels like we're being watched.
Right.
It feels like we are not alone. We are being watched. You delete that footage. Delete it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Kraken Pro Wrestling. And this is perhaps one of the most dangerous, one of the most competitive matchups I have ever sanctioned here in Kraken Pro Wrestling, Duke.
You did good.
We have Kevin Cantrell going one-on-one against the killerweight, Joe Black. I knew these men needed room. I knew they needed time. So this episode, we've given them the whole format. They have as much time as they need to tear each other apart.
Oh, and that is going to happen. Cantrell says he rules me.
Cantrell.
Then you got Joe. Are you ready? This is going to... Donnie, you did good putting this match together.
Cantrell recently reinstated here at Kraken Pro Wrestling after that brutal gauntlet match he had with Huck against several tag teams on the roster. This crowd training Cantrell rules. But when Cantrell got reinstated, I had a problem. Who can I find? Who is willing to step up and face this man? I looked through everyone here that we have in Georgia. Joe Black's name came up, and I said, that is the man.
Like I said, Donnie, kudos to you, brother, because this here will be a fast-paced. We could be here all night. There's no telling.
Both men staring each other down. Normally, a lot of times when someone stares into the eyes of Kevin Cantrell, they are intimidated, but not the killerweight Joe Black. 17 years in the business, hailing to us from Dark City. Mentored by greats such as Steve Corino and Jimmy Rave, even Huck. Speaking of Huck, Huck was a mentor to Joe Black. Joe Black put him through a windshield.
I remember that. But can we mention about the belt beating one last time that Cantrell had?
Well, that belt beating that he took from the hands of the business might pale in comparison to what Joe Black is going to be able to do to him. Joe Black pacing around, going to try to get out of that wrist lock, going to the outside. That's rather...
It's going to be smart.
Wait a minute, using...
Look at that.
Twisting the arm of Kevin Cantrell around the ropes.
Smart move.
Now, as everyone's very much aware, referee Clark is the son of Kevin Cantrell. Kevin Cantrell sacrificed his own career so that referee Clark could stay employed. Now, I stepped in as best I could, gave Cantrell a chance to win his job back, which he did. But, Clark, he's refereeing a match for his dad. I hope he can still call it down the middle and put aside his personal feelings.
To be honest, I don't think he can.
Taking Joe Black down to the mat. But Joe Black not phased. Moving around, transitioning into reverse hammerlock. And you'll notice.
Go ahead.
You'll notice already early in this matchup, neither of these men seem to be gritting their teeth. Like I think, while this would be snapmare now on a Kevin Cantrell, I think they're just filling each other out.
Yes.
This is the equivalent of them just using kid gloves on each other.
We'll give it just a couple more minutes, and this is going to just be an all-out war.
And you
Cantrell's
see
got the little smirk.
the bloodthirstiness of Kevin Cantrell, a living, breathing Yajiro Hanma, if you will, for you Grappler Baki fans out there. And he wants to lock up. He wants a test of strength. These men have no animosity towards each other except the fact they want to be known as the most dangerous man in Georgia. And in the Kraken Pro Wrestling locker room, Kevin Cantrell up on his feet now.
Well, I'm sure the fans and everybody else will agree that Cantrell is the breakout star of this year.
Headlock takedown now onto Joe Black. Joe Black with the head scissors now.
Good?
Business is starting to pick up there. Both these men starting to use a little bit more of their repertoire. Now Kevin Cantrell out of it. Was turning it into a four-leaf there, perhaps. Now Joe Black to the outside. Going to take a moment.
He's just trying to regroup. He's trying to figure out, what can he do here with Cantrell.
Has till the
Smart move.
Has till the count of 10. This crowd chanting Cantrell rules.
You're a big dog here, right? Do it. Big fish and a small pot. Come on. We ain't gonna get it down with some wrestling hoes. Show me something.
Joe Black saying you're a big fish in a small pond. Show him something. And it was a setup.
Yes. Do your little catchphrase and you're going to get poked.
And now, but Kevin Cantrell going to give as good as he got. Both men now throwing caution and strategy to the wind. They're just absorbing blows and giving them right back.
Already the red mark on Cantrell.
moving out of the way, had Joe Black scouted, spear into the corner, following it up with a clothesline, and a snapmare. Cantrell rules indeed, but missing with the stomp. Into the corner he goes. Up and over. His feet nearly touching the heavens, or at least the ceiling. Joe Black, not intimidated by this hostile crowd.
He feeds off of it.
Feeds off of it indeed. Running clothesline on a Kevin Cantrell, about knocking him out of his boots. This is the kind of competitor, this is the type of ferocity that is needed to try to neutralize Kevin Cantrell in a one-on-one contest.
That's what you get here at Kraken Pro Wrestling. Ooh, beautiful snap suplex.
Beautiful snap suplex indeed. Joe Black gonna try to end it here. And what a debut for Joe Black here in Kraken Pro Wrestling if he gets a victory over Kevin Cantrell. Kevin Cantrell, who I will remind everybody, has only lost one time in his career here in Kraken, and that was against Dominic Stuckey, and Dominic Stuckey had a lot of help. Joe Black has no help. He is relying solely on his own merit. Both men exchanging forearms now. And a chop to the chest.
Cantrell just asking for it.
Headbutt. Simple but effective, but that'll do as much damage to you as it does to the recipient.
Yeah, but see, Cantrell does have one advantage. His son is the ref.
What are you insinuating?
Hey, call it like I see it.
I believe that referee Clark can call this down the middle.
Talk to me, Cantrell.
Not when you're watching your dad get beat, like he is right now by Joe Black.
Joe Black with the chokehold. But now, Kevin Cantrell able to get out of it by laying those elbows into the chiseled frame of Joe Black. Picking up momentum. But those kicks stopped it.
And I'm not taking anything away from Cantrell, because Cantrell, I will say, he does rule. But he may have met his match.
May have met his match indeed. Backdrop, simple but effective, very deadly in the hands of Joe Black. Kevin Cantrell able to kick out though.
I'm thinking if Joe had hooked that leg, possibly could have had that one.
And now Joe Black looked up to the heavens for a second, now ascending to the top of the turnbuckle. Shouldn't have had his back turned to Kevin Cantrell though. Kevin Cantrell crashing back down to the mat.
No.
Falling on top of it, could have been enough, no. Kevin Cantrell hooking the arm and going into a pin attempt of his own. The ring IQ of this man.
Ring general comes to mind.
A perfect descriptive, Duke. But Joe Black now on top, working the ground and pound. This crowd chanting Cantrell rules. No!
Couldn't even say it.
You can't finish it. Count them down. Let's go, Joe.
Has devious delights there for the digits of Kevin Cantrell, Joe Black does.
Let's go, come on. He's got 1, 2, Cantrell. Let's go. Come on, 2. Come on, Cantrell.
He knows he can't finish.
Kevin Cantrell trying to get back up to his feet. Joe Black allowing it, telling these fans to shut up. Kevin Cantrell has won them over with his determination and his ferocity. And now, Kevin Cantrell was trying to go for the crossface, a move that has put away so many men into submission. But now, Joe Black with a submission on his own. That bridge is beautiful. He is reaching the head of Kevin Cantrell. Kevin Cantrell.
He's got that locked in deep.
He can stare at the ropes, but he isn't going to be able to reach them. Cantrell out of it now. Trying to go for the crossface. Trying as best he can. Joe Black not going to let it happen.
2, 3.
A little disciplining by his son.
A strike there to the throat of Kevin Cantrell from Joe Black. Now concentrating with chops to the chest. Reverse Irish whipping him into the corner. Up and over Joe Black goes. Slipped, didn't have a good grip. I guess slipped due to all the sweat. Kevin Cantrell sees an opportunity, he's going to capitalize. Only a 2 count. This match is living up to the hype. I am glad that we cleared the calendar and we said, guys, the whole show is yours. Ooh, jawbreaker on Kevin Cantrell. Do what you do best. Kevin Cantrell knocked out. Knocked out with that forearm. I think he's spent. A prediction, a prophecy from Joe Black. Cantrell dies. Joe Black once again ascending to the turnbuckle to the top. Kevin Cantrell saw it coming though. Samoa drop from the top.
Impressive.
Referee Clark now counting to 2. One of these men has to reach in. They have to dig deep. We do not want a double count out here at Kraken Pro Wrestling on this edition of Kraken TV.
Actually, that would be a bad idea if we have a rematch. See this all over again.
Our insurance policy will not cover that. You know how high our premiums would go? We're on a budget here. Right now, what's not in budget is the strikes and the pain that both these 2 men are wanting to inflict on each other. Forearm into Kevin Cantrell. Kevin Cantrell giving as good as he gets. Joe Black giving as good as he gets too. But both men are heaving heavy. A chop onto the chiseled frame of Joe Black. Oh, that one landed with authority. But Cantrell just absorbing it. Clark was asking there, can you guys continue? I think the answer is yes. Missing with a clothesline. Going for the pin. No! German suplex onto Joe Black.
Still holding on.
Second German suplex going for the pin. No, Joe Black able to kick out.
Just couldn't work up that bridge.
Joe Black not going to let him go for a third. Going for the pin. No, Joe Black able to kick out again. This right here is Kraken Pro Wrestling.
I agree with you 110%, Donnie.
Cantrell picking up speed. Enziguri there, though a very weak Enziguri from the spin. Oh, that drop kick wasn't weak. Joe Black perhaps sees an end in sight. Going for a pile driver, but no. Being flipped over instead. Kevin Cantrell has him at his mercy.
Oh, Alabama slam.
Alabama slam, and we're in Georgia. Oh, no. Right face first into the mat. All Cantrell has to do is roll him over. And he got no.
Just could not get that cover.
By an act of God Almighty, or by whatever is left in Joe Black, he is able to get out of it.
Like I said, Cantrell just could not wrap him up. That took a lot out of him.
At this point, I don't know if Kevin Cantrell has anything left in him. Cantrell slashing the throat, telling this crowd it is over. But it is a prophecy that he can fulfill, perhaps not. Perhaps not here. Could be over. No! Still able to kick out of what Joe Black can dish out to him.
Talk to me, Cantrell. Talk to me. Come on, ring the bell.
Joe Black yelling out, tap, tap. Cantrell trying to ignore the pain in that arm. And now, Joe Black adding insult to injury, using the crossface.
That would be pretty embarrassing if Cantrell taps out to his own move.
Kevin Cantrell has put a lot of men away with that move. How ironic it would have been had he been taken out by it, but instead has Joe Black on his shoulders. Joe Black able to slip out, bouncing off the ropes, crashing into Kevin Cantrell, hooks the leg. No! Only a 2 count.
What does Joe Black have to do to take out Cantrell?
I don't know. You're a manager. What would you be telling him if you were in his corner?
Just stay on him. But let's give him time to breathe. Do not let him breathe. You're taking too much time.
Nearly taking the head off of Cantrell. And still a kick out at 2. Clark telling us that the match continues. Yes, indeed it does, Clark. Yes, indeed it does.
Well, Joe looks frustrated here.
Can't blame him.
Like, what else do you have to do?
Joe is spent. But Joe, he's trying to rally. He's trying to dig down deep. Wait until Cantrell is in the right position. Cantrell back on his feet, but he's wobbly. He still has his back turned. Joe sees his opportunity. But no! Cantrell might have been playing possum. Suplexing him down into a pin attempt. Wait, no! He's going to transition into the crossface. And he has it locked in good and tight. Will Joe Black tap? Will Joe Black tap? Cantrell wrenching it back as hard as he can. This is perhaps his last opportunity.
He tapped
out. Yes, Joe Black has done it. He has submitted. He has tapped out to Kevin Cantrell. Kevin Cantrell, the battle-tested warhorse, went to war and once again picks up the victory.
Donnie.
Congratulations, Kevin Cantrell.
The one word I can use to describe Cantrell is impressive. He fought hard for that win. Joe Black was just came up just a little short.
Kevin Cantrell finally able to catch some breath. Joe Black. Kevin Cantrell looking each other in the eye. And the hand of sportsmanship from Joe Black extended to Kevin Cantrell. Cantrell soaking in the adulation of this capacity crowd here in Tifton, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have enjoyed this edition of Kraken TV. Because tonight, Kevin Cantrell rules. But next week, it is all on the line as Trevor Aon challenges Dominic Stuckey in a no DQ match where, should Trevor win, he gets a shot at the Kraken Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you then.
A special thank you to Grey Ghost Comics for sponsoring this event. Located at 301 East 3rd Street in Tifton, Georgia, Grey Ghost Comics provides comics, trading cards, collectibles, records, and more. New comics are coming in weekly as well as new records. For more information on new items and new events happening weekly, reach out to Grey Ghost Comics on Facebook or call them at 229-402-3724. That's 229-402-3724.